Welcome behind the bar. Paul Starr, brought to you by William Hill, the proud sponsor of the World Darts Championship. Phil, the Power Taylor, has defied the critics and the odds by landing the inaugural Champions League of Darts. Beat Michael van Gerwen in the final 11-5. Of course, last week ending Cardiff afterwards. He says, of course, this is his first BBC win since 1992 when he beat Mike Greger in the final of the World Championship. He said, if you're watching, Mike, he said, have a look at what you could have won, buddy. Well, actually, I spoke to Mike after. He said, yes, of course, he was watching. He found the comment quite humorous, and he's glad that Phil looks back on that classic final. Congratulations to Phil on collecting the trophy down there in Cardiff. And of course, if you want to see that video, just click here. What a match that was back in 1992. This weekend we see the start of the Grand Prix of Darts over there in Dublin, and earlier in the week I caught up with Peter Snakebite Wright to have his thoughts ahead of his first round match against Brendan Dolan. Peter, here we are, exhibition, Norwich City Football Club. You get around non-stop in the world of a top darts player.
Well, it's good because I'm only 40 minutes down the road.
Of course, yeah.
That's pretty good. Even though I did have to come all the way from Cardiff yesterday, and we didn't get home to about 9 o'clock last night. So yeah, it's great to be here. Apparently, there's a corner called the Snake Pit. I've never seen it. I've seen it on telly, but
Snakebite in the Snake Pit. That would be good.
The Snake Pit.
Did you enjoy the? Obviously, didn't win the event, but the Champions League of Darts. That was a great event.
Yeah, it's an amazing tournament. It's a privilege, to play on, on the BBC. It's fantastic. Great run tournament, and I think the viewing wise went well. So, but obviously, you know me, I keep changing my darts.
I was going to say, you changed your darts a lot.
Changed my darts, and I thought, use these ones. I hit 9 dart in practice with them.
Yeah.
I had them a day. So I thought, bear with them, and obviously they didn't work under pressure. So
is that when you tell under pressure? Is that the difference?
That's why I keep changing to find a dart that work under pressure, especially playing obviously Michael van Gerwen and Phil Taylor and obviously Robert Thornton. Then you find out whether they work.
And you can't practice that until you get on stage, can you?
Exactly. But you can practice on your own board indoors, or you can go down to your local club or whatever. But it's still not going to be the same until the crunch time.
So that's a tough job, whereas the best in the world, against maybe without doubt, but the best ever. Now on to the events come thick and fast now, but obviously the Grand Prix is on its way. It's never been one of your favourite tournaments. When I say favourite tournament, you've never done perhaps your best there. You're about to put that right, hopefully.
Of course, my first year there, I played Phil Taylor, and I practiced with him in the back room, and it's right. We went up, go for the bullseye. He went up 5 throws. He had 180 every time, 5 throws, and he went, "Are you ready?" I went, bullseye. That was my first experience at the Grand Prix, and I went out on one set up, one leg up against him, and then I didn't see him after that. But no, it's always it's a very difficult tournament to qualify for unless you're in the top 16 in the world. It's very, very hard. So I was climbing the ladder then, and now I'm lucky enough to be up at the top there, or automatically picked Chizzy last year. He was saying that it's not a tournament for me, but it's probably
you've had an equal draw, haven't you? Maybe?
It's probably one of the best games. The amount of 160 starts he had, and the 1/460s that I had. Well, I feel really good. Obviously, I've got a very hard match in obviously Brendan Dolan. The home favourite. The 9 dart history man. And everything else. And all the players call Brendan Mr. October.
Right, because that's when he plays well?
That's when he starts to play well. And so it's going to be a very hard match, obviously. But I'm looking forward to it. He's getting married today.
He is, yes.
He's getting married today.
So his mind would be off, he'd be concentrating on he'd probably be gunning for Peter right with it.
Gunning for me after I played him in the European just recently back. And given some advice after the match as well.
No.
Now I'm going to play him.
So the fact that you're playing Brendan in his sort of home country, you thrive on that though, don't you?
Yes, I like to be the underdog in different places and stuff like that. So it won't bother me that the whole crowd won't be on my side and booing every dart.
But I don't know.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. You know, the more to do it, the more I'll thrive off it. To be honest. So.
In about 20 to 1 to win the tournament. Hey, that's got to be good for a player who makes his. I know you've gone over the line, but you make major finals, and realistically, your A game is pretty impressive. Well, in fact, your B game is pretty impressive all the way through, isn't it?
To be honest, I'm playing well now. As soon as I come back from Cardiff, got home at nine-ish, I was on the board, picked up my old set of darts, my old wobbly ones, my double 12 for a 9 darter. Hit 180 first throw with them.
Oh, lovely.
So I'm going to be using my old wobbly ones.
Yeah, the old wobbly ones. And I was looking at some stats. I think it's something like 6 TV finals, 5 against Michael, 1 against Phil, something like that. It shows that, hey, it's not your bottle going. It's just the fact that you just keep, like we said earlier, you just keep running into these apps.
Do you know how much Michael's cost me?
Oh, go on.
Just Michael. All the finals against Michael is $500,000.
That hurts, doesn't it? Of course, in the World Final a couple of years ago.
You know, and all the rest of them.
Yeah, God, yeah, that's a fair amount.
I've gone back to the darts that I've beat him with.
Yeah.
In Japan. So everyone's gonna come have some of this.
Yeah. But tell you what, mate, thanks for joining us. Hey, best of luck later on. I'll be emceeing and calling some scores, and hey, it'd be nice to see a 9 darter for the crowd here at Carrow Road at Norwich.
It would be. Have one of the guys hit it.
That's it. Cheers, Peter. Thanks for your time, mate. Thank you.
Great to catch up with Peter Snakebite right there at Norwich City earlier on in the week. He was fantastic as always. World Grand Prix, we mentioned the odds. Michael Van Gerwen, well, he's 11-10 favourite. He won it in 2012, 2014. Phil Taylor's now back in the second favourite at 9-2 after, of course, his win there in Cardiff at the weekend. Gary Anderson, the world champion, he's now 11-2, 5.5 to 1. Wadey, he landed it in 2007, 2010. He's available at 16s. Adrian Lewis at 20s. Peter Wright, as we mentioned, at 20 to 1. Chizzy 25. What about this? Mensa Sullivan's 8th favourite at 28 to 1. Watch out for those double 14s. A couple of extras we're picking out. Barney at 40 to 1. Thornton, how about him regaining his crown? He won last year at 66s. Or what about an outsider, local boy, Brendan Dolan at 250 to 1. Well, all the action we caught, of course, on Sky Sports. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to join us next week on More Behind the Bar, brought to you by William Hill, the proud sponsor of the World Darts Championship. We look forward to seeing you then.